End of story. End of corruption.
One of them asked me that what kind of job are they going to do overseas?
When a man dies and leaves behind family and properties,
Kuliqiniso ukuthi umnakethu uMandla akasekho emhlabeni.
Ngifuna ajayivele siginqe sakhe lomba. Ende izavo yakhe siyathokoza.
Gabane. Dabota mina kuthi Gabane ekhalami. Awathi kuthi Gama.
Who's going to take his phone?
Sisi ngithe namhla sekwenele.
Lokho nje awungikholwa ashayela uMelginenza umbode. Utakutshela ukuthi le nkampani yasala kimi le.
Iwini.
Ulandze mina, Thando. Ningeyati indlela yemaphoyiseni. Akudzinge ukuthi ungilandze.
So, now that my father is no more, who will be the owner?
catch this live on Eswatini TV every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. This live, no more to corruption.
Watch local TV on the go with the Eswatini TV app for only 20 emalangeni per month. Do the most with Eswatini TV app. Download from Google Play Store or App Store. We're good together.
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Nicholas Nyao, pastor of Evangelical Church Matapa. I would like to announce that there is a man of God coming to this country, Reverend Dr. Oh So Park from Southern Korea. He has been mightily used by God. Now, as a leader, he would like to share his experiences and the Word of God with the pastorate of this country. So you are all invited, please. Now, the venue is EFA Zakele. So please come all. Expected it's good really to come in.
Christians from every denomination are invited to join us in this life-changing All Christian United Conference under the theme Unification and Breakthrough for Eswatini. The main speaker, Reverend Oxo Park, is founder of Good News Mission, International Youth Fellowship, and Christian Leaders Fellowship. Come and join us as we go back to the Bible, united as Christians.
If you feel it, it's real. Coca-Cola, real magic.
Ngacishe ngatibambelela kucala kunathe ama-ARVs. Ngesaba imvuka lesoloko kukhulunywa ngayo. Sekuphela umnyaka ngawaqala. Solo siphethene kahle. Ngikhumbula kahle ukuthi angimelanga ukuthi ngize ngigule. Noku nomhla solo ngingumcemane. Ngiyatichenya ngalesinqumo. Ngitawuqhubeka ngonathe ngikwethembeka. Solo ngimekuso sinqumo sami. Ngigrand, ngisukumele impilo yami.
Kuva kabandi shayela 1212.
At Spa, we've worked hard to get you low prices on great products every day. Like Spa Pilchards, buy any two for just 44 emalangeni. and Shield Roll-On deodorant. Buy any two for only 34 emalangeni. It's low prices for you every day at Spar.
Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our #1 news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondomeso Vilagati alongside Izama Nzimanze, and here are your top stories. All roads lead to Buhleni Royal Residence for the Bugano ceremony this coming weekend. The Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini says the financial year 2021-2022 was a very challenging one for the police as it was headlined by unprecedented rate of public disorder situations. Buhleni police station costs have gone up by over 20 million emalangeni. The news. All roads lead to Buhleni Royal Residence for the Bugano ceremony this coming weekend. Her Majesty Ndlovukazi has always made use of the event to empower women to boldly tackle social challenges that confront them. It is expected that Her Majesty will continue to spearhead women empowerment initiatives during this year's event.
For Her Majesty the Ndlovukazi, the Bugano ceremony is a powerful platform for women empowerment. As the tens of thousands of members of Lutsango Regiment will gather at Buhleni Royal Residence this weekend, Her Majesty sees an opportunity to meet some of the most pressing challenges faced by women in the country and to get more women into influential positions. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 5 outlines that investing in women empowerment is pivotal to the health and social development of families, communities, and nations. Her Majesty has spearheaded several women empowerment initiatives, such as a Marula product manufacturing project in the Lubombo region. A women empowerment consortium company, Swazi Secrets, was formed to run the project, which has continued to grow, much to the success of women who now earn a living through its success. In 2015, Her Majesty's vision was recognized by the international community when Swazi Secrets received a top prize on women empowerment at the World Summit on Sustainable Development, which was hosted by the United Nations Development Programme in Brazil. On the political front, Her Majesty has continued to challenge women to stand for national elections, as this would enable them to decide on issues affecting their well-being and to contribute to Eswatini's development processes. Progress is being made as the constitutional provision of electing 4 women into parliament if the female representation was under 30% of those elected under a general election was adhered to by the 11th parliament. As roads lead to Buhleni Royal Residence for one of the country's most exciting traditional ceremonies, Her Majesty is set to inspire women to boldly take on more male-dominated sectors as women empowerment issues continue to dominate the ceremony. The call has been made. It is time to get down to work. And as His Majesty would say, let us all keep moving. Sandile Makanya, Lozita Palace.
The financial year 2021-2022 was a very challenging one for the police, as it was headlined by unprecedented rate of public disorder situations. This was said by Eswatini Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini during an engagement with his officers' portfolio committee in Senate.
The police department, which is under the office of the Prime Minister in the financial year 2022-2023 estimates, have been allocated over 1 billion emalangeni. During the debate of the police service performance report for the period of April 2021 to January 2022, the Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini says the period under review was very challenging.
The period under review was a very challenging one and was headlined by an unprecedented rate of public disorder situation, which required an extensive coverage by the police, who were assisted by sister security forces Over and above public disorder challenges, the police had to carry on with the regular crime prevention and detection interventions, including road safety, promoting operations which are themselves taxing, given what is being observed as an upsurge in the level of criminality.
Members of the Prime Minister's Office Portfolio Committee in Senate chambers debated the reports of the departments under the Prime Minister's Office. However, most of them praised the police for a commendable job during the 2021 civil unrest and enforcing COVID-19 protocols.
Siyatibongela kumbutho wembube. Umsebenzi le bawusebentile. Ikakhulu ngoba kufike nasikhathi seCovid. Kwaba sikhathi lesimadima, kodwa batinikele bawenta umsebenzi wabo ngokwethembeka. Kwathi kusenjalo sisathi sisabuke lokho kwase kuba khona letidungdung letabakhona. Lapho sathi khanza khona labaningi sigijima sibhaca. Kodwa bona baphumela ebaleni bezama kuvikela sive seMaswati.
Senator Winile abesatsinzile kubonga umsebenzi lemihle labayendako emimangweni. Labangacali ke vele kuyenda emaphoyisa ayadimisela khanze samikise kudla. Sawubamba imithandazo nebantu which impela ngiva ngazi ukuthi nje benda umsebenzi lomhle kakhulu. Mhlonishwa Ndunankulu siyabonga nje kakhulu.
Senator Winile yetimoto. Kuke kwavela yabona into le uyive bayikhuluma kufuneka bese soyayithatha uja kuyafuna lothi ulitholele iqiniso lokuthi bathi noma imoto tingaba khona yebo kuhamba imoto kuphela kodwa ukhanze si lo mkhulu la station unetimoto letintsathu asathi uthi maqiniso noma kungemanga sekungavela kahle lapha mhlambe sesiphenduleka nathi ukuthi kude into lenjalo.
Intelligence, I would almost say we're at zero in terms of intelligence. And we have seen what happened recently. And I think when we had the situation, about June, for me, it showed a lack of intelligence in our police force.
The Prime Minister says in crime prevention and detection sphere, the police service continued to be robust in ensuring that crime menace is brought under control, and evidence of their effort is that statistics of overall volume crime showcase a decrease by 11.2%. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla with Muzi Mkhonta, Parliament.
Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini says the effects of burning down police stations are felt by the public. The Premier says police bring different services closer to people and the burning of police stations let those efforts down. The Premier said this during his tour of the Luve police post, which was burnt last year during the unrest.
Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini has warned arsonists against burning police stations. The Premier made an example of the Luve police post, which he said was donated to police by community members, but was now intentionally gutted by fire. The Premier says the community donated the structure to the police because they needed their services. He says it was now unfortunate that others burnt it down.
Bantu balenzawo i-community sive kusho bona bathi la kulenzawo sidinga ukuthi kube nemaphoyisa akusho uhulumende ukuthi staff sifuna kufaka i-police station lapha cha kusho labantu bathi sizaze sinike naye i-building yethu sicela nakhe steps emaphoyisa ngoba lo msebenzi wawo siyawudinga. Kepha-ke lokufike kwamangalisa ukuthi khona labafike babona ukuthi abasidistroyele steshi basishise. Angicabanga ukuthi kulukhuni ukubona ukuthi balaya abani nabendinzo lenjalo. Abalaya emaphoyisa. Ngoba phela amaphoyisa acelwa i-community sizicela nisondele nibe la. La bekunene labenda lokho balaya le community umbuto uthi ke bayilayela kwendaba yini le bafuna kuyenda nangabe semaphoyisa angasekho ngoba phela vela nangabe kushile akatoba khona.
The Premier then asked the public to report people who set alight people's property. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Luve.
Buhleni police station costs have gone up by over 20 million emalangeni. This has been attributed to construction delays which stretched the construction period beyond the initial 2 years. This was said during the Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini's familiarization tour of selected police stations, which include Mafuteni, Mliba and Buhleni.
Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini's tour of selected police stations on Thursday began at Mafuteni Police Station, where he was taken through the structure's rehabilitation. Mafuteni Station Commander Superintendent Stephen Dlamini asked the Premier to help them in ensuring that the road to the police station is also rehabilitated. The PM then proceeded to Mliba Police Station, where he was shown the state of some police flats. He was informed that this condition is due to saline water at Mliba. The tour proceeded to Buhleni, where the Premier was taken through the Buhleni Police Station, which is still under construction. The construction was initially supposed to cost below 139 million emalangeni. However, this figure has shot up to about 160 million emalangeni. This hike is due to construction delays, as the project was supposed to take 2 years but has now taken 5 years. It is now expected to be completed around August 2022, and it will have a forensic laboratory.
Vile kuthi kutaba khona ne-forensic laboratory. I-forensic laboratory kude la kaNgwanda. Noma ngabe kukhona, it's very very flimsy. Sasa emazibiti siwamixe ePitoli. Lokho kucitha isikhathi kucithe kubambelele amacala kwente konke lokho. Kepha ke ngekuthi kubonakele ukuthi la sekwasuka indvolo enkulu itaba khona le laboratory. Usitshelile netcom ukuthi le laboratory le itawusevisa Eswatini yonke. Lokusho ukuthi nebakamazini batawuta batowenda lokho la. I-equipment itolo ngiyibonile ikhona, but ayikho leya le laboratory. Kepha ke i-maintenance is very important.
Minister of Public Works and Transport Chief Ndlahlaza Ndwandwe thanked the Premier for visiting the police station.
Ngosi asibonge kakhulu Dlamini ukuthi solalele ukuthi umsebenzi uhamba njani, sothambele nangetinyawo takho wabona ukuthi lo lokhulunywa lapha vele kungiko yini.
National Commissioner of Police William Tsitsibala Dlamini has asked the government to increase the budget set aside for the construction of the police flats at Buhleni.
Hulumende wasinika emaphosi ukuthi asebende kule station lesi. Lokho khona ukuthi dindlu mhlonishwa. Lokho khona nje imali ekhona ngu10 million. Yakha iflat inye. Manje uma ufika ke la ufaka igontraki kutawendeka nayo lokwendekile. Iphume iyohlala under 6 months ibuye iyaqhubeka le mali ngoba sobashiya imishini yabo la. Nemakhosi imaterial aqhubeke.
For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Vuminkosi Nzinisa, Buhleni.
The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Polilisha Kanto, has officially launched the Legal Aid Needs Survey. The survey is expected to start this month and come to an end towards the end of April.
In most cases, people who seek legal representative need to engage services of legal iglis. The Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Polilisha Kanto, says most of Emaswati cannot afford to hire legal representatives, especially the less privileged.
A number of Emaswati face a diverse number of legal problems, and the resolution of those legal issues is often delayed
due to the fact that those individuals do not have legal assistance. To resolve this issue, His Majesty's government has committed to the establishment of a legal aid system in Eswatini. Budget allocation has been made in the new financial year 2022-2023, which shows the commitment that the government of Eswatini is committed to the establishment of legal aid. The legal aids needs survey could not have come at a better time than this, when the Ministry of Justice is finalizing the legal aid policy and also the legislation, appropriate legislation in preparation for establishment of a legal aid system in the Kingdom of Eswatini.
Legal Aid Needs Survey Project Coordinator Lomcebo Dlamini from the American Bar Association Rule of Law Initiative says it is very important for Emaswati to be able to get free legal representative.
When you look at our approach, the American Bar Association ABA-ROLE approach is firstly to use partnerships between government, civil society, the private sector and beneficiaries. Because at the end of the day, we all, when we articulate what we want to do, we all want the same thing. We all want lives to get better. And so what better way to do it than working together to achieve those objectives?
Minister Shakantu says government will be eagerly awaiting feedback on the outcome of the survey. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Ezulwini.
Circular number 3 of 2018 is proving to be essential in eliminating ghost employees in government payroll and also reducing government wage bill. This was said by Minister of Public Services Mabulala Masego during the debate of the ministry's annual performance report for the financial year 2021-2022.
After the Minister of Public Service Mabulala Masego had presented the ministry's annual performance report for the financial year 2021-2022 and budget estimates for the financial year 2022-2023, members of the ministry's portfolio committee in Senate chambers posed questions about the issue of ghost employees in government payroll, the performance management system, as well as the hiring freeze, among other things.
Lama implications la bangwa ngule sekhula noma singakawabambi kahle namuhla kodwa kusasa sitawabamba ngaloko ukuthi ngikhuluma nje namuhla kunebantwana lokhanza ukuthi bethe tishela ngenxa yale sekhula.
Lentiko linetisebenzi latibalile minister lakubo 45,000. Lengicela kubuta losesihlalweni ukuthi through you letakafaya tisebenzi letise airport tika eswaka ay private ngisema ngihamba ngeva ukuthi tisahola la ekhaya kube angasichazela minister ukuthi setihola la kumbe payroll ngabe liqiniso kanganani lokuthi payroll yakho minister kanti sethi
letisebenzi leti tipoko lebetihola le mali yahulumende kunjani nyalo ngabe disekhona noma cha sekude lihlupho ngama-ghost employees.
When giving responses to the questions, Minister Mabulala Masego said the performance management system will be vital when it comes to promoting employees. The minister sang praises for the hiring freeze, saying it played a very crucial role in reducing government wage bill and further dealing with ghost employees in government's payroll.
Circular number 3, usebente kakhulu. Naloku reduce nje le wage bill, ukunciphisa lama ghost lenikhala ngawo ukuthi hey bese kakhona kahulumende. Abambiseneke nale performance management system because it's yona. Lethetha uhulumende tonke titawungena ti-capture emshineni. Kwatiwe ukuthi kulapha ka-public service kunazibana. Khona naseka monitor ukuthi usebenta kanjani. A monitor abe atiwa kune-ID yakhe khona la khathi. Uyatiwa ukuthi ngusibani la i-ID number yakhe naku lokhu nalokhu.
On another note, Minister Masego says the ministry will pass a law which will deal with rowdy civil servants who are always at loggerheads with government. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla with Muzi Mkhonta, Parliament.
Bernard Masocha Vilagati is the new Chief Executive Officer of the Public Service Pension Fund. Vilagati was introduced to the staff and members of the board by Minister of Public Service Mablala Masego, together with other officials at the fund's offices in Babane.
In August last year, the Chief Executive Officer of the Public Service Pension Fund, Langalake Dlamini, passed away. The Minister of Public Service, Mabulala Masego, has introduced a newly appointed Chief Executive Officer.
Pleased to announce Mr. Bernard Masocha Vilagati, one of our own, as the newly appointed Chief Executive Officer of the Public Service Pensions Fund with effect from the 1st March 2022. Vilagati is well versed with operations of the fund, as he was previously the PSPF Director Investments from 2016 to date. From October 2021, he held the fourth on acting basis as PSPF CEO. He is also highly skilled and richly qualified in management and financial markets with various qualifications, including an MBA from the University of Pennsylvania. He previously worked for the Central Bank of Eswatini as part of executive management as General Manager Finance and Financial Markets.
The Chief Executive Officer, Bernard Vilagati, says he will work with integrity to ensure the fund's progress.
Simane sizame kuyenda le team isebenze ngokudimisela nokuthi siqhubeke sisenze umsebenzi wethu ese-PSPF. Siyabonga kakhulu Minister, sibonga nalabadzala, sibonga neCabinet, sibonga naye HMK kuSeptember kulo msebenzi. Siyethemba ukuthi sitawuqhuba ngenhlonipho, siyoqhubeka nangokwethembeka kule organization, Minister.
The minister further introduced the Director of Finance, Dr. Lawrence Sibanze, two board members being Zakhele Kelly and Petsile Masilela. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla with Mbongwa Dube, Babane.
Dear viewers, and now take a look at our financial updates.
Standard Bank. It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for your sports news tonight, Eswatini Chess Federation President Dumisani Msibi says taking part in the Chess Zone 4 individual championships will give the national team a chance to rectify their mistakes in their new future as they prepare for the Chess Olympics in July this year to be staged in India.
India is expected to host this year's Olympiad Chess Games, which is one of the biggest chess competition in the world and can be compared to the Olympic Games when it comes to chess as a sport. With over 190 countries expected to take part of the tournament in India, the Kingdom of Eswatini will also have representatives from chess national team. The Eswatini Chess Federation President Dumisani Msibi says the team has been doing a series of competition in preparations for the big stage, including the recent Zone 4 individual championship held in Maseru, Lesotho, a tournament he believes was a chance for them to observe and monitor where they are lagging behind.
Siyajabula nje ukuthi iPetronet uyasihlanganisa nabakhona le eNdiya
lebathembisa ukuthi bangasinika lusito etintweni letitsite sengiso-ke lesikhathi lesi ukuthi sithathe lolunye lwalolo lusito sitraine badlali bethu. Msibi concluded mentioning that the team will be taking part of different local and international competitions in readiness for the World Chess stage. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Mpabane.
Jabulum Bamal, who is in charge of tennis development in the Lubombo region, says they have managed to recruit over 1,500 active tennis players since March last year when the program was launched. Bamali says they are now working on trying to expose the players to international competitions.
It is exactly a year since the Eswatini Tennis Federation launched a program of developing tennis in the Lubombo region, especially in Stegi. A year later, the program seemed to have produced results with over 1,500 tennis players already even playing.
So improvement lekhona so far is big now. We're having around the badlala 1.5.
Njabulo Mbamali, who is in charge of the program in the Lubombo region, says the growth has been massively appreciated when looking at the number of tennis players who are already active. Mbamali says partnership with different organizations is already in place to start looking at how the players can go compete internationally. Mbamali also believes the best is yet to be produced by the region.
With some sponsors, let's reveal in due course, la sponsorisha the academy to make it work.
Mbamali concluded revealing that if all goes accordingly, they could have a regional championship tournament in the near future where talent will be displayed at its best. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, Stegi.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, we'll take a quick recap of today's headlines. All roads lead to Buhleni Royal Residence for the Bugano ceremony this coming weekend. The Prime Minister Cleopas Dlamini says the financial year 2021-2022 was a very challenging one for the police as it was headlined by unprecedented rate of public disorder situations. Buhleni police station costs have gone up by over 20 million emalangeni. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.